Welcome to Daily Gossip Kenya. Today we are diving into a big question. Are radio stations dying while podcasts take over in Kenya? Radio in Kenya has a long history that began in 1928 with the Kenya Broadcasting Corporation, famous KBC, originally known as the East African Broadcasting Corporation. This was a significant milestone marking the beginning of broadcast media in the country. Over the years, many radio stations began very popular. For example, Capital FM, which started in 1996, quickly gained a large audience with its contemporary music and engaging talk shows. Radio Citizen, which began broadcasting in 1999, also became a household name with its mix of news, music, and entertainment. Several radio shows and presenters have captured the hearts of Kenyans. Maina Kageni and Mwalimu Kingangi's morning show on Classic 105 is well loved for its humor and lively discussions. Another hit show is The Breakfast Show on Milele FM, hosted by the super duo Alex Makideo and Jalango. They initially worked together on Radio Maisha before moving to Milele FM, where they continue to entertain listeners with their vibrant energy and interactive segments. Additionally, Gidi and Ghost Asubuhi on Radio Jambo, hosted by Gidi Ogidi and Ghost Malay, is famous for its entertaining and often emotional segments like Patanisho, where they reunite estranged friends and family members. The late Herbert Ojwang and Leonard Mambo Potela were also iconic, with the Motelas' Je Hu Niungwana being a classic show that many Kenyans fondly remember. As the internet and smartphones become more widespread, the way people consume media changed. Podcasts, which can be listened to anytime and anywhere, have become very popular in Kenya. The podcast scene has seen tremendous growth over past few years. Popular Kenyan podcasts include The Spread by Karen Lucas, which discusses sex and sexuality openly and informatively. Another popular Kenyan podcast is Legally Clueless by Adele Onyango, which shares personal stories and tackles mental health issues. Another podcast is The Mics Are Open by G Money, Calvin, and Andy Young, which covers everything from current events to personal anecdotes. Another podcast is Surviving Nairobi by Evie and Nick Ndeda, which delves into the ups and downs of living in Nairobi. Another famous show is Obina Live Show, hosted by Obina, which blends humor and insightful conversations. Another famous podcast is Mic Check Podcast, which explores the Kenyan music scene and features interviews with artists. Without forgetting Ikonini, a podcast that covers a variety of topics from culture to current affairs. So, with the rise of podcasts, is radio really dying? The answer is complex. While podcasts offer flexibility and niche content, radio stations in Kenya are evolving to keep up with the times. Many now stream their shows online, have mobile apps, and engage with listeners through social media platforms. Radio stations are also incorporating podcasts into their programming, giving listeners the best of both worlds. They leverage their established presence and credibility to attract new audiences while retaining their loyal listeners. Furthermore, radio can capitalize on its live and interactive nature, which podcasts can't always offer. Live call-ins, real-time discussions, and breaking news are areas where radio still has an edge. Well, The future of radio in Kenya looks promising as it adapts to the changing media landscape by embracing digital innovations and offering diverse ways to engage with content. Radio stations can continue to thrive alongside the booming podcast industry. Well, that's all for today's report on Daily Gossip Kenya. Do you think radio stations will survive the podcast revolution? Share your thoughts in the comments below and don't forget to subscribe for more insightful content. Until next time, stay tuned and keep gossiping.